Do I think there's going to be another black swan? Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan, because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like, predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
The US government is going after Tether. That is clear to me. I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem.
It's pretty clear there's going to be a stable coin, which is going to be a fully dollar-backed, type of thing, which is no different than a money market fund with check access, is no different than a bank account, really. And so, if they make that legal, we'll go into that business. So you'll have a Bank of America coin and a U.S. dollar deposit, and we'll be able to move them back and forth, because now it hasn't been legal for us to do it, but it's just then like another foreign currency. The question of what it's useful for is going to be interesting.
Give a type of money that can only be spent for a specific number of reasons. And some worry about that state control or whatever, but like in this particular narrow use case, you want to give checks to individuals to get the economy moving again.
Yeah.
So if you think of programmable money that expires if you don't spend it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told told his members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy. And it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back once again. And I do see us moving up probably about a couple hours after the stock market closes. If yield rates stay where they're at now, repo stays around the same levels, and NVIDIA has decent numbers. And I do see all 3 of those happening. So I do see crypto moving up later on this evening. Right now we have stocks flat. We have the NASDAQ though getting a decent lift. So guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rate short end is up, long end is down. And as long as that long end is down, it's going to manipulate stocks. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And right now we have the dollar up. We have volume in crypto right now down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether CEO says that competitors and politicians are working to kill Tether. And of course, we have the Circle CEO says the US dollar peg stablecoin issuers should be registered to operate in the US. And of course, that'll kick Tether out the US. And we already know Tether is out of Europe. But in South America, the emerging markets, the Middle East, they're doing great. and their population is a whole lot more than the United States and Europe. And we know when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution, the emerging markets will lead it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Fed repo at 96 billion yesterday. Make sure you're pulling it on a daily basis during the week. This is very important as we see liquidity shrink. Of course, this repo helps out. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer in order to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Patrick McHenry has joined A16Z as a senior advisor. And yes, you heard that correct. As these politicians start to step down, they'll be moving into this new digital economy. They already know the plan for the fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now are down. Now we have Standard Charter warns of further ETF outflows that could bring Bitcoin price lower. And of course, the crypto teacher tells you, make sure you're paying attention to the inflows and outflows. But we know which part of the month where we get inflows and outflows. And we saw the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETF see a record outflows worth $1 billion. And yes, we definitely have a whole lot of buying, but then we also are getting a whole lot of selling. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And we have ARK Invest buys 8.7 million of Coinbase shares and sells around the same amount when it comes to their own spot Bitcoin ETF. And remember, when it comes to these Bitcoin ETFs, it's called spot for a reason because they're actually paying for their Bitcoin. So if they're selling, they know it's more downside to come. But the market is still going to pump and dump when it comes to stocks and cryptos. Even though we're going to be headed down, it's not like we're not going to be moving up like we do in crypto at the beginning of every single month. And like I told you, I definitely don't see a crash just yet because there's too much ammunition for the Fed and the Treasury. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And I've told you the 3 things you need to watch out for. But getting over into a little crypto news. And while the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. And what do I always tell you? Stablecoins are the foundation of this new economy. And then plus these stable coins with smart contracts are going to be able to be programmable. Being able to tell you what, when, and how to buy. And you have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And with stablecoin regulation coming, we know staking also is right behind it, which will make it mirror the legacy market. It's just going to be digital. And the language is just changing. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But first, we have Avalanche launches the Avalanche Visa card. You'll be able to spend Avalanche tokens, USDT, USDC, at any store that accepts Visa. Also, we have MetaMask partners with Transact to add fiat off-ramps for 10 blockchains. And we know this is all about adoption. And we have Singapore Metro Department Store now accepts stablecoin payments in USDT and USDC. And we know Singapore has been leading the fourth industrial revolution. And we have Bank of America CEO says that stable coins are inevitable and hinting at Bank of America may launch its own stable coin when we get regulation. But guys, we know that JP Morgan has its own token and BlackRock, they're moving trillions. It's just bank to bank. Now we have PayPal to expand stablecoin adoption in 2025 with a bill payment product and letting 20 million merchants pay suppliers in the PayPal stablecoin. And what is that all about, guys? Moving adoption, and we know eventually they're going to dangle that carrot while making these payments. It'll be no fee. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Global Dollar Network launches USDG stablecoin on Solana. Also, Ondo Finance to bring real-world assets to MasterCard network. And guys, we know everything's going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. And DeFi is definitely the new banking. And Ondo is definitely, again, leading the digital economy. So we're definitely seeing the utility cryptos coming to the surface. And with MasterCard's MTN incorporates an API enabled blockchain tools to allow banks to streamline domestic and cross-border transactions. And as we can see, Visa, MasterCard, these big banks are not going anywhere. They're just implementing all this digital asset technology. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Tron to launch gas-free transactions for USDT next week. And of course, that's going to push adoption. And you're talking about the emerging markets, South America, where inflation is hitting them hard. And they're already using Tron because it's the cheapest way. But with gas-free transactions, it will be the only thing that they want to use. Remember, with this technology, they're going to dangle the carrot that is going to be cheaper and faster. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Drama Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Drama Tam save New York from COVID Stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Drama Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.